Very good morning, students. This is Jay Vishakan. For today's session, I'm going to take a new chapter under kinetics, which is impact of elastic bodies. Impact of elastic bodies. What do you mean by impact? Impact is nothing but it's a collision of two bodies which occurs in a very small interval of time and during which the two bodies exert very large force on each other. Right? What do you mean by elastic then? Suppose assume balls of different materials are allowed to fall on a marble floor. Usually, naturally, it rebound to its different heights. The property of bodies by virtue of which they rebound after impact is elasticity. Right? Impact is nothing but collision of two bodies which occurs in a small interval of time. Right? Elasticity is nothing but it's when a ball just hits or fall on a floor, it rebound its original position. That after impact is called elasticity, right? So within impact, there are two different types of impact of elastic bodies. That means it's a classification. The first one is direct impact. The second one is oblique impact. So before I proceed, let me just ask you a question. See, if you are not even view isn't clear, that means visibility is not clear, this video, then what you have to do is go to settings and change the resolution as 360p or 480p. If you set the quality of resolution as 360p, that means more than above 360, then you can view it in a better manner. The clarity of the video would be better. Thank you. So let me just proceed. Direct impact is nothing but if the motion of two colliding bodies is directed along the line of impact. So first let me explain in detail about the direct impact. Then further after finishing direct impact, I'll come to oblique impact. This is the line of impact. Assume a ball, okay, this is a direct impact, right? So assume a ball of mass as m1 and its initial velocity as u1. Assuming both the balls are moving in the same direction, which is positive x-axis. This is body 2 of mass m2 and the direction, both are traveling in a same direction. If you consider this as A, this is P. So this is before collision. Before collision or before impact, right? So during collision, what happens is that this is line of action, right? Line of impact. This is body A and this is body B. This is during collision or during impact. Mass of body A is considered as m1, mass of body B is considered as m2. When it collides, with the uniform uh, velocity, not velocity, right? Because here the velocity of u1 is different and u2 is different, right? This is during impact, the velocity is in this manner during collision, right? After collision, what happens? After collision, what happens is there's body A, body B, and M1, M2. Before hitting or before colliding, the velocity of M1 is U1, right? That velocity. Here, this is the final velocity of body A, and this is the final velocity of body B, right? See, there are a couple of methods to analyze the motion of elastic bodies. The first one is, that means method of analysis. There are two methods. First one is law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum. And the second principle is Newton's law of collision. Newton's law of collision of elastic bodies. Right. So let me first arrive the formula by using the law of conservation of momentum. What the law says is that the total initial momentum, the first one, law of conservation of momentum, total initial momentum equal to total final momentum. Total final momentum. So the mass of body A is m1 and initial velocity is u1, and the mass of body B is m2 and its initial velocity is u2. So momentum, what do you mean by momentum? Is nothing but mass into velocity. So therefore this can be written as m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Mass of body A with its initial velocity. Momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. So this is the formula. Total final velocity after hitting, the velocity becomes v1 of body A and v2 of body B. So therefore this can be written as m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Now I'm going to apply the principle number 2, which is Newton's law of collision of elastic bodies. Right. What it says, the Newton law, when two moving bodies collide with each other, their velocity of separation bears a constant ratio to their velocity of approach. That means v2 minus v1. This is the velocity of separation bears the constant ratio of velocity of approach, right? So this is the velocity of separation, that is velocity of separation v2 minus v1 equal to e into u1 minus u2. So where v1 is the final velocity of the first body and v2 is the velocity after impact the second body, right? And initial velocity u1 and the initial velocity of body 2, that is b as u2. E is nothing but constant of, this is coefficient of restitution. So coefficient of restitution E is nothing but is a ratio of relative velocity of their separation after collision to the relative velocity of their approach before collision of approach. So this can be written as E equal to V2 minus V1 divided by U1 minus U2. So as far as the direct impact is concerned, we'll have to remember couple of problems. The first one is law of conservation of momentum, where the total initial momentum is equal to total final momentum. So m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Now by using the Newton's law of collision of elastic body, E is equal to v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2. This is the E is nothing but coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution, RESTITUTION. Right. Then so first I have finished the direct impact. Now let me explain in detail about the oblique impact. Oblique impact. What is the oblique? Oblique is nothing but inclined, right? So this is the line of impact. Assuming this is the line of impact, the body during impact, assuming this is during impact, when body is contracted, so its velocity, this is oblique, right? The inclined to the horizontal or the line of impact. So this assume u1 and this is u2 and m1 and m2, and this as alpha 1. There's angle of initial velocity as alpha 1, and angle of initial velocity for body 2 is alpha 2, right? See what happens after, during impact. It collides with the velocity, right? Then separation happens due to the velocity of the two bodies. So this is V1 and this is V2, and this is the angle of final velocity, which can be mentioned as theta 1, and angle of final velocity of body 2 as theta 2, right? So as far as the law of conservation is concerned, law of conservation of momentum is concerned, what it says, total initial velocity, right? Total initial momentum equal to total final momentum. So what do you mean by momentum? Momentum is nothing but the mass into velocity. So in the earlier case, I taught you for the direct impact, the velocity was parallel to the line of impact, whereas here it makes an angle, right? So this can be written as initial momentum m1 u1. See, this is for the horizontal force we are calculating, so this can be considered as cos component, right? So cos alpha 1 plus m2 u2, and the horizontal component for this block 2 is cos alpha 2, right, equal to total final momentum. So m1 v1, and it makes an angle with horizontal or line of impact. This can be written as cos theta 1 plus m2 v2, its horizontal component, which is cos theta 2. So this is what the law of conservation of momentum for the oblique impact. So only difference between the direct impact and the oblique impact is the cos component, right? So next, see, it vertical components due to collision. Its vertical component will be also there, right? So vertical components of velocity are not affected. So it can be written as u1 sine alpha 1 equal to v1 sine theta 1. Similarly, for body 2, u2 sine alpha 2 equal to v2 sine theta 2. Velocities are not affected, right? So now I'm going to use the Newton's law of collision. Newton's law of collision. So what Newton's law of collision says? So Newton's law of collision says when two moving bodies collide with each other, their velocity of separation bears a constant ratio of their velocity of approach. So mathematically it can be mentioned as v2 cos theta 2. See, as far as the direct impact is concerned, I thought you v2 minus v1 equal to e into u1 minus u2, right? Here this is oblique impact, right? So you have to consider the horizontal component, v2 cos theta 2 minus v1 cos theta 1 to the coefficient of restitution into u1 cos alpha 1 minus u2 cos alpha 2. So E is nothing but the coefficient of restitution. So it's very simple to remember the formulas for direct impact and oblique impact. As far as the direct impact is concerned, total initial momentum is equal to total final momentum, where the mass of body is m1 u1 equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Here for the oblique impact, here the velocity is with certain angle corresponding to the line of impact. This is line of impact, right? This is line of impact. So its horizontal component is cos alpha 1, here cos alpha 2, here cos theta, because for the final velocity the angle with the line of impact is theta 1 and theta 2, right? So as far as Newton's law of collision is concerned, we have to take the horizontal component. So v2 cos theta 2 minus v1 cos theta 1 equal to e into u1, its corresponding angle, that is initial velocity angle, is alpha 1, so u2 minus u1. So this is what the formulas you'll have to remember while solving the problems from the impact of elastic bodies. So within elastic impact of elastic bodies, there are two motions, which are direct impact and the oblique impact. Thank you. The upcoming video I'll solve a couple of problems for better understanding. I'll explain in detail about that. Thank you.